My name is Rick Schwartzel. I'm a judge of the Ontario Court of Justice, and I sit here in Orangeville, where I've happily lived for nearly 30 years. Like many of you, I wasn't born here, but I proudly claim Orangeville as my hometown. Tonight, it is my honor and privilege to swear into office your new mayor and your new council for the 2018-2022 term. Before proceeding with the formal part of the program, I've been asked to say a few remarks at this inaugural council meeting of your Town of Orangeville Council. I will be brief. These 4 words are often spoken, but rarely honored at any occasion, let alone one as important as this, but I'll try. In our democracy, all levels of government are important, but it is municipal government that impacts us most directly and most immediately. It touches us where we work, where we live, and where we play. It is at the local level of government that citizens have the most power and opportunity to influence the shape and the future of their community. In this sense, then, municipal government is the most important one in our day-to-day lives. The men and women who have been elected to this council have at least one thing in common. They each cared enough about their hometown to do something for and about it. They are the leaders of our community as elected by all the voting residents of Orangeville. With leadership comes responsibility, including leading public discourse and ethics by example, and leading with the best interests of the town over the interests of any individual at heart at all times. Your new council is comprised entirely of rookies, which may mean, I hope, fresh ideas and a fresh approach. Across Orangeville, there appears to be a sense of optimism about this council, and that makes it well placed for success. Speaking only as a resident and not in any official capacity, I wish to congratulate each and every member of council and the mayor for this coming term. Well, I hope you found that I was brief. I now call upon Mayor-elect Sandy Brown to join me on the stage, and the official part of the program will proceed. All right, now, there you go. Now at this stage, just to let you know what's happening, is each member of your council will be sworn in by me at this time. Will you be sworn in by or not?
Can you use
Sure.
the microphone there?
Yep. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, thank you very much. I'm not used to this. I should get one of these for work. All right, I just wanted to explain what was actually going to happen, and that is this is the official swearing in of each member of council, starting with Mayor Brown. All right, so here we go. Mayor Brown, would you please read the declaration of office out loud?
I, Sandy Brown, having been elected to the office of mayor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Now, please sign above your name on each of the two copies. I will now witness the document. Thank you. You want that back? I understand, Mayor. Congratulations, Mayor Brown.
Thank you very much.
I will now call upon the councillors in alphabetical order. One at a time, please. Joe Andrews, would you come forward? Oh, excuse me. What's the line in the Pacino movie? You're out of order? No, you're all out of order? Well, I was out of order. Forgive me. Deputy Mayor-elect Andy McIntosh, please. Deputy Mayor, would you please open that folder and read the declaration of office?
I, Andy McIntosh, having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any way improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II or the reigning sovereign of the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Would you please sign each copy above your name? Thank you. Congratulations, Deputy Mayor McIntosh. Now, in no particular order of importance, but in alphabetical order, I call on Joe Andrews again. Mr. Andrews, are you ready to take the declaration of office?
I am.
All right. Would you
Thank
like
you.
to hold the Bible?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Please read the declaration.
I shall. I, Joe Andrews, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased or corrupt or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Would you kindly sign each copy of the declaration above your name?
I shall. Thank you.
I can take the Bible.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Councillor Andrews.
Thank you.
Who's next? Grant Peters, come forward, please. Take your declaration of office. Are you ready to make your declaration of office?
Yes, I am.
All right. Would you please read the declaration out loud?
Certainly. I, Grant Peters, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Would you please sign both copies just above your name? Thank you. Congratulations, Councillor Peters. I now call upon Lisa Post. Ms. Post, would you please read your declaration of office?
I, Lisa Post, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, or the reigning sovereign, for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Would you kindly sign the declaration, both copies, please? My turn.
Okay.
Congratulations, Councillor Post. You had your turn. Debbie Sherwood, please. Are you ready to take your declaration of office?
Yes.
All right. Would you please read the declaration out loud?
I, Debbie Sherwood, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interests, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it is to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Would you kindly sign both copies of the declaration?
Sure.
Congratulations, Councillor. Now call upon Todd Taylor to come forward, please. Are you ready to make your declaration?
I am.
Would you please read the declaration of office?
I, Todd Taylor, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Orangeville, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, or the remaining sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Would you please sign both copies of the declaration?
Here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Congratulations, Councillor Taylor. I'm just glad there aren't 40 of you. It is my privilege now to welcome Mr. Robert Burnside to the stage.
Thank you. It's a long way up here. I'd ask, please, that you bow your heads and humble your hearts for what I would do here as I seek to go over the head of the Honorable Mr. Justice to do this invocation. Our God in heaven, thank you on behalf of all gathered here, this town and its people. Thank you for your many blessings, for life, for the health we need to fulfill our callings, for the abilities we have received, for friendships. Thank you that we can be involved in useful work and for the honor of being given appropriate responsibilities. Thank you for the freedom to embrace you or the freedom to reject you, as each one of us determines. Thank you for loving us regardless. In Scripture, you call us to obey governing authorities as they've been established to promote peace, order, and justice. Therefore, I pray for this mayor and council and for all town staff. I ask that you will graciously grant them, Lord, your guidance and wisdom to carry out their duties amidst conflicting interests and issues, a sense of the true needs of those within the town, the ability to work together with harmony and respect, even in honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives, awareness of the grace, mercy, and forgiveness which we all need and receive from you. As reflected in our national anthem, which we sang, God, keep our land. We ask, Lord, that this town of Orangeville, its mayor, council, and people be included in your blessings. In your precious name, amen.
Thank you, Mr. Burnside. In my final official act, I am, with the stage direction handed to me, honored and pleased to introduce to you your mayor and council for the town of Orangeville for the 2018 to 2022 term of office. Congratulations.
Thank you, Justice Schwartzel. And Mr. Burnside, thank you very much for that very heartfelt invocation and blessing for this council. I'm going to call this meeting to order. So with that, I'm going to give our inaugural address. Good evening. Honorable Justice Schwartzel, fellow councilors and honored guests. I'm so glad that you could attend tonight, and I bid all of you a warm welcome. Welcome to a new era of cooperation and collaboration in the town of Orangeville. You may have noticed that all of us got the memo tonight. We're wearing a little splash of purple. Councillor Taylor started this off a few days ago and suggested that we wear our ties that we acquired through the Family Transition Place fundraiser. Ms. Post has got one of the scarves that was also sold in raising funds for our local women's shelter. So thank you to all councillors for this symbolic gesture and collaboration tonight. Thank you. We come before you tonight elated by the result and humbled by the support of so many of our residents. Those of us living in Orangeville and surrounding area have a lot to be thankful for. First of all, thank you to our town staff for your hard work to make this evening memorable, and for your constant and unwavering dedication to our town. I need to personally thank my campaign team, Ian Wart, Don Kelly, and tireless canvassers Al and Shirley Ramsey and Liam and Kaylee Kelly, who delivered thousands of brochures and spoke to many on my behalf. To my sons Tyler and Spencer, my sister Kim and her husband Rob, and to my partner Leslie, thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement. I also want to thank my Lyons family, in particular the late Murray Young, who really started me off in community service in this town some 25 years ago. And it's because of his encouragement that I stand here before you today, because without that, I wouldn't have got started on this idea of helping our community. So thank you, Murray, wherever you are. I want to thank all of the candidates who took up the Democratic challenge and participated in this year's municipal election. Many good ideas were presented throughout the campaign, and I know that our new council will carefully research all items before us. We will learn from town staff and look to the experience of other municipalities in order to make decisions that will best serve the residents of Orangeville. It was surprising to me that the turnout for this election was only 4 of 10 voters. I'm not sure why. Perhaps it's apathy, or the majority of voters that feel that everything's running as well as possible, or they feel their vote doesn't count or doesn't mean anything. Whether you're a property owner or you live in rented premises, you are paying property taxes and you do have a voice. What happens at Town Hall is important, and we want to ensure that all tax dollars are spent wisely. How are your municipal tax dollars spent? Well, as I went to sleep last night, I felt secure that our police and fire service were at their posts, vigilant and ready for whatever challenge was presented to them. This morning I got up in the early darkness. I flicked the light switch, and electricity provided by town-owned hydroelectric authority got my day started. Orangeville Hydro is an organization that is efficiently run, puts us in the enviable position of having greater control over our destiny as technology moves us into the era of electric vehicles. I brushed my teeth with fresh, clean water delivered flawlessly by our town water supply and distribution system. And as the water circled the drain, I knew that our water treatment facility was going to ensure that this water would be cleaned before being returned to our watershed. Whether you walk, bike, or drive to work or school, you're traveling on a route maintained by the town of Orangeville. So whether it's public safety or roads and infrastructure, we need to stop and thank our municipal employees for making Orangeville a great place to live and work. I have lived in Orangeville for 26 years. It's a great place to raise a family, with enough amenities to satisfy most, and within a short drive of a world-class city for all of the excitement you can imagine or experience. We have to manage our expectations. A town of 30,000 cannot afford many of the amenities that large municipalities have. We need to balance the need with our very real budgetary challenges. The needs of our residents are varied. It is important that we foster alliances and partnerships to gain synergy and efficiencies. We need to encourage some out-of-the-box thinking. Livability is a term that is used to describe towns and cities. Over the past 26 years, Orangeville, in my opinion, has grown a soul, nurtured by our arts and theater and music communities. On the campaign trail, a common refrain was a concern for more recreational activities for our youth. I want to explore new recreational opportunities, but I also believe we could do a better job of communicating what is currently available through Orangeville and Dufferin County. We have some work to do in economic development, retaining existing and attracting new businesses to this region, and helping to deliver career paths to good paying jobs for our young people and those seeking retraining. Just last week, a meeting of stakeholders hoping to foster more skilled trades training in Dufferin County was held, where some very good constructive ideas were discussed. I'm looking forward to continuing to push this agenda. Orangeville and southern Dufferin County possess a nice mix of urban and rural environments. We're surrounded by hundreds of square miles of natural beauty, farmlands, rolling hills, forests, rivers, and streams. Island Lake is a treasure in our own backyard. We need to balance the continued growth of our town with environmental sustainability. The Sustainable Neighborhood Action Plan, which is currently being developed, will ensure that we do not burden future generations. Deputy Mayor McIntosh and I will be sitting on Dufferin County Council. The County Council and county staff oversee the social safety net in our area. We will continue to be concerned for the welfare of all citizens, especially those that are disadvantaged. One of my campaign planks was to try and bring more long-term care beds to southern Dufferin County. I hope to work on that pledge with my fellow county councilors. I would like to take a few moments to acknowledge all of our new councilors. Andy McIntosh has been a public servant for over 30 years. He was chief of the Orangeville Fire Service for many years, and as a result has attended countless town council meetings. I hope to draw on his experience going forward. Lisa Post is a community leader, activist, and journalist who has been closely watching municipal affairs in Orangeville for several years. She brings a passion for arts and culture to our council. Grant Peters is a local small business owner, and through his career as an environmental engineer, lives a sustainable life and brings a wealth of experience in environmental issues and has a keen analytical mind. Debbie Sherwood has had a long career as a municipal employee. She has worked tirelessly as a tax collector for many years and brings a love for this community mixed with a concern for the efficient spending of tax dollars. Joe Andrews has had a career in media and communications, and more recently as an education administrator for Humber College. Joe is a cheerleader for everything Orangeville, has a wonderful ability to deliver his well-thought-out opinions in a clear and concise manner. Todd Taylor, someone who I've come to know over the last several months, another community champion who has made his presence known through town committees, service clubs, and recreational boards in this area. Todd has a wealth of business experience, loves this town, and will bring his valuable knowledge and opinions to town council. We come before you with a clean slate. The divisiveness of the past is in the rearview mirror. I look forward to working with this dedicated and experienced group to make the right decisions for Orangeville and Dufferin County. In closing, I'm honored that you've placed your trust in this council. your trust and confidence to address new challenges that will confront us. I am certain that our collective abilities and efforts will allow us to continue to grow stronger, more vibrant community for future generations. We will continue to grow a community that we all can be proud of. That is my promise. Thank you. Now I want to invite each of our councillors to say a few words. Deputy Mayor McIntosh.
Thank you, Sandy. Welcome, everybody. I want to thank you for tonight. It's a very special night. It's a night that we turn a page for the town of Orangeville, and of course its citizens. This town will be led for the next 4 years by a council with not only fresh faces, but fresh ideas. You have elected a council that will not only work with each other, but will work with our neighbors. Not just for better Orangeville, but a better Dufferin County. And this, my friends, will benefit all of us. I would like to thank the people who have supported and helped me throughout this election. Of course, my friends and family, especially my Kathy, my wife of 38 years. If she never has to help me find another missing election sign, she'll be a happy lady for the rest of her life. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate my fellow councillors on a job well done, and I certainly look forward to working with each and every one of them over the next 4 years. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am honored, humbled, and excited. The journey to serve my community in this capacity has been strategic, yet filled with desire to make a difference. When I decided to run for council, it came at the right time in my life. I felt a change was needed within our community, and because of my extensive background, I figured I could bring something to the council table that would help to chart a collective course Orangeville would be proud of. While I see so many familiar faces that are in the audience tonight, there are two who are really the backbone and, for the most part, understand the complexities of my life and the balancing act I have to go through every day in serving Orangeville the way I do. To my wife, Kitty, and our son, Adam, I truly and sincerely thank you for your support and love throughout this journey. It continues to be one of growth and understanding. Without them, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. For those of you who know me, integrity is paramount, and it is a given. While I respect others, and listening to their needs is also right up there hand in hand. As has been mentioned by our Mayor Brown, we are in fact collectively sending a message to this community by wearing purple ties and purple scarves. For those of us who've been part of FTP through the White Ribbon Campaign and the Mentors Group, we are clear about the education to our community on the issues surrounding violence against women. Well, throughout our campaign, I stressed that if elected, I would focus on looking at ways of doing things better, more effectively and efficiently on town council, and I stand firm on this. As a new council team, we have a lot ahead of us to address, but I'm confident we will work together to make sure that Orangeville continues to be a great place to work, live, and play. I would like to also thank the town of Orangeville staff for their commitment and support, and I look forward to working with each one of you throughout this term. To the people of Orangeville, I also thank you for your trust in providing me with the opportunity to be at the council table with a tremendous group of people and professionals. To my colleagues, Mayor Brown, Deputy Mayor McIntosh, Councillors Peter, Post, Sherwood, and Taylor, I can't wait to roll up our sleeves and get to work. I've been so impressed by the respect that has been demonstrated by each one of you, and I know we have some great things to come here in Orangeville. So lastly, I'll wrap up with this point. We're all here for whatever length of time our personal map charts us for. There are and will be many curves, forks, and bumps along the roads we take, but it's how we approach each that determines who we are to our family, our friends, and community. I hope to make you proud for the next 4 years, and again, I'm honored to serve the town of Orangeville as councillor. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Councillors, Mr. Mayor, Deputy Mayor, I'm also very honored to be here. I very much appreciate the attendance tonight. You all are who were engaged enough to get involved in the process, support the candidates of your choosing, show up tonight, be involved in the process, and show support for us moving forward, and that means a lot to myself and I'm sure everyone else up here as well. There are too many people to thank, as you can imagine. It was a grueling but very interesting and rewarding effort to knock on those doors, to meet the faces all around town, to discuss the issues. At the end of the day, very honored to be here. I look forward to 4 years of tremendously hard but rewarding work with this team, and striving for those goals that I set out during the campaign, one of which obviously is paramount, which is the environment and the sustainability of Orangeville moving forward. So that, coupled with the long-term decision-making that I intend to bring to the table, I think we're in good shape, and I look very forward to working with everyone here.
I think Joe stole my speech, actually. That was so well said. I would be remiss if I didn't start out by thanking all the people who brought me here today, and it's my family. They're all sitting, taking up a whole big row. They're the loud ones back there. My husband, my kids, who knocked on doors with me tirelessly, pushed me to be here. My parents, who are my support, my rock. I'm going to get emotional, I'm sorry. Yeah. I said I'd never cry when I did this, but anyways, no crying in politics, right? I am extremely humbled to be here today. It's been a long road. I'm honored that everybody gave me the opportunity and the trust to serve you. I will do my best. I will serve with integrity. This is my hometown. I'm excited for the opportunity for my grandchildren to grow up here one day, and I will do my part to make sure that can happen. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you to town staff. I'm extremely excited to work alongside this amazing group of people. And Mr. Mayor. I meant that in the nicest way, I really did. And again, thank you so much to town staff for showing all your support along the way so far. I know we are 7 brand new and we will need your guidance, so thank you ahead of time for that. I think that's it for now.
Thank you, Lisa. As I sit here before my family, friends, citizens, and fellow council members, it's difficult for me to express the feelings of humility, pride, and most importantly, excitement that I'm experiencing this evening. I am very proud of our community, and most importantly, I'm excited about tonight's inauguration and the next 4 years. A heartfelt thank you to my children, Kendra, Glenn, Kevin, and my grandchildren, Braden, Brody, Mackenzie, Dylan, and Everett, and members of my family who are here supporting me this evening. To my small campaign team, my sincere gratitude. To the electorates, I am honored that you have placed me and my fellow members of council your trust and confidence to address new challenges that lay before us. I know as a councillor, I am feeling a great energy and total commitment to building a stronger, more vibrant community for future generations. The challenges that lay ahead are many. Our collective abilities to address these challenges are strong. The opportunities that will be realized from our efforts are great. We will continue to grow a community in which we can be proud. The needs of our residents are many and varied. It is necessary to operate in a spirit of financial prudence. Along with my fellow members of council, I am going to have to think outside of the box on a variety of issues. My promise is simple and straightforward. I will give our community every ounce of positive energy. I will work with my fellow council members in an open, positive, and engaging manner. I will make decisions in the same way you would, because at the end of the day, we all aspire to the same, a stronger, more vibrant, and united Orangeville. That is my commitment.
Well, I'm in the enviable position of the last speech before snacks. So this is great. I'm also the shortest serving councillor thus far because I was last to come up. I think about what's happened over the last year and how things worked out for me and what's brought me to sit on this stage. And I think about all the conversations I had with people who are sitting in this room who were mentors to me and encouraged me. And I really think of one conversation in particular, and that gentleman isn't here tonight. However, the feeling was, Todd, basically, I'm helping you with your campaign because we're friends. And you think, oh, that's good. He's my friend. He's going to help me. But in reality, what he said was, when this is all done, I expect you to lead. I expect you to do great things for the town of Orangeville, and you cannot let me down. And I'll tell everybody in this room that I will not let you down. I will work hard to make sure that I'm working with my fellow councillors to ensure that this town pushes forward and does well. And it's incredibly important to all of us. A lot of has been made about what this council is and who these people are up here. Many of them are my friends, which I guess at some point we'll think that's interesting. But they're my friends because we are like-minded. We're all involved in community events. I didn't go to high school with them. I didn't meet them at the party. I met them at the library board. I met them, at things that we were trying to push our agenda forward for. So I'm excited to work with each of these people, and I'm so honored to be sitting at this table. To town staff, particularly Mr. Brennan, Mr. Jones, Mr. Osmond, I will work hard to make sure that town staff is respected and well thought of when we're making our decisions. And I certainly do appreciate the efforts that you put forward. For myself, these 4 years isn't about the next election or what's going to happen to me in my future. This is about making a difference for a town in which I live and that I feel I'm a shareholder in because I own a home here and I have a family here and I want things to be better. So for my son, who's sitting just over there, and to my daughter Morgan, who can't be here tonight, when you work hard, dreams do come true. And you can make a difference. So thank you, everyone.
So tonight's proceedings, we had 3 gentlemen help us tonight, Mr. Nairn, Mr. Schwartzel, and Mr. Burnside, and we have a token of our appreciation for them. I'm going to come down and give that to them now. Okay, so that's pretty well it, folks. We're going to announce that a week tonight is the next council meeting. It'll be at 7 p.m. December the 10th in council chambers, which have just undergone transformation. We're looking forward to christening it a week tonight, and we hope good things are going to happen in those council chambers over the next 4 years. Wanted to invite everyone. There's going to be refreshments. Our friends at the Mad Hatter have put some things out for us down in the atrium on the ground floor, so we're inviting everybody to stay and visit with everyone. Thank you very much for attending. I'd like a motion to adjourn the meeting. Deputy Mayor McIntosh, seconded by Councillor Taylor. All in favor? All right, thank you.